I'm gonna turn off my camera on Zoom so it's not confusing now. Okay, let's get started. Welcome everyone. The first live stream. There's lots of things we're gonna do today, but mainly we're gonna break. It's a non-drilling class, this one, because I don't have a partner. But I have my dog and that's it. But we'll be like discussing some like tips and tricks on what to do when you're training, how to train, etc. Okay. So today's topic's gonna be close guard. Let's flip this. Close guard, and we're just gonna look at really simple stuff like how to effectively set up an armbar and when to use what type of armbar. Okay, so the first thing is the importance of close guard. Okay, close guard is like really powerful early on. I'm gonna show you some clips of some of our students doing in comps as well. Throughout like white belt and blue belt, I personally think armbars are like the easiest way to finish fights in my opinion. Okay, especially because at the start of your career as the person on top, it's so difficult to get out of close guard, and any little mistake that you do while you're trying to get up or while you're trying to like get out of the position, you expose a limb, an arm of some sort, and you get finished. And it happens to all of us at some point. It's like really common. Cool. The first stage is breaking posture. Okay, I'm not going into full details about the breaking of the posture, but you can see like by breaking posture I mean any like this sort of moves where we get the person down by pulling their head and etc. Okay, or another example is in nogi we tend to hug the neck or whatever like this. But that's what I mean by breaking the posture, if anyone's confused. Okay, yeah, cool. So things we're gonna look at today: 2-on-1 armbar setup, elbow control armbar, okay, and a belly down transfer. So you might not know what they mean now, but hopefully by the end you'll be able to set it up and execute them quite perfectly. Okay, the 2-on-1 versus the elbow control. So here we can see this is the 2-on-1, I mean sleeve grip and elbow grip, and this is hard to see, but this is the elbow control version, I mean, which is the arm going across and just cupping the elbow with one hand while the other hand controls the posture. Okay, so let's look at this in real time. Okay, so this is one of our comps. Okay, so I think this is Marianne or Kirstine fighting. So here's the 2-on-1 setup we're talking about. Okay, hold on, I've just realized I haven't been showing you the PowerPoint. Sorry. Here you go. Don't worry, I'll get better at this. Okay, this is starting over again. This is what I mean by close guard. Here's the posture break stuff that I was talking about. Let's swap this. I'll just quickly reset again. Sorry about that. Here we go. These are the posture breaks that I was talking about. The 2 posture breaks. But anyway, anytime you are aiming for armbar, you need some sort of posture break. Not all the time, and I'll explain to you in a bit. Here's another posture break where we just grab the head, pull the person down, etc. This is other stuff, but that's what I mean by breaking the posture. Okay, and then these are the 2 setups. We're looking at 2-on-1 armbar setup, elbow control, and belly down transfer. Okay, so everyone happy with that? And then we've got a picture of it, what I mean for elbow control here, and what I mean, sorry, 2-on-1 control here, and what I mean by elbow control here. Okay, so those are the 2 little setups we're looking for. So here we go. This is what I want to show you. Everyone can see it, yes. So we have a standard close guard armbar. The lady's already like, she's basically, her posture's broken already. The first sleeve grip here taken, okay? So this is the 2-on-1 setup that I'm talking about. Boom. Other hand goes onto the elbow. Now there's good things and bad things about this setup, okay? The bad thing is there's no control on the posture, okay? So at this point, her partner could just posture up at any point that she wants, okay, and try to rip the arm out. This elbow control grip here is really powerful, so she wouldn't be able to rip her arm out necessarily. So that's the only downside to the 2-on-1 control when we're setting it up, okay? The lady does not posture up, okay, so Marianne's able to use her legs completely free and set up this armbar. Yeah. Okay, so that's the 2-on-1 setup that I'm talking about. Okay. Now it's the elbow control armbar. Okay, so this is very different because it allows you to control the guy's posture with one arm. So sorry for the potato quality, but it's the only video I could find from our students. There's the elbow control for better image. Here we go. That's the same arm going around there, and the other arm is controlling the shoulder or the head. Okay, so those are the two control positions that we need. That's one. Again, the guy isn't really posturing, so he's able to swing the leg over and set up his armbar freely. Okay, so that's the two versions of the armbar that I was talking about earlier on. Okay, so 2-on-1 control and elbow control. Like I said, there's benefits to each one of them. Okay, go for the 2-on-1 control one. In my opinion, it's stronger. Okay, especially when you get the legs work going on really well as well. The traditional one is the elbow control with the head positioning. Okay, but they're two little powerful moves. But what to do from here, right? You wanna, anytime in close guard, just set up these grips if you're fishing for armbars. And today we're just talking about armbars, like I said, right? There's sweeps, there's chokes, there's loads of stuff that you can do from the close guard, but this is our lesson for today, just the armbars, when to go for them, how to set them up. Okay, so you know the difference between 2-on-1 control and the elbow control. That should be like half of what you need for setting up these armbars most of the time. Okay, and then it's the biggest challenge in all of them, it's avoiding the stack. Okay, this is like really probably the most common thing that happens when you're getting armbarred. Okay, so just play the clip now. This is where the partner stacks up. Really important is see how Steve is based on his let's see, based on his sorry, just trying to make this full screen back on. He stepped up on that right leg over there. Okay, that's the difference between him getting like swept or not. Okay, and everyone who stacks from an armbar, they always do this. Okay, they need to step up on that to put as much pressure as they can so they can pull their arm out like this. Okay, or rip their arm out. And that's your standard escape anytime someone armbars you. You stack them up and you take your arm out. Okay, so how to avoid this, because we know this is gonna happen every time against someone good. Every time we try to do an armbar or set up an armbar, they will try to stack you to avoid the armbar. Okay, so avoiding them, and this is the reason why everyone should stack. Okay, if it doesn't stack, usually you get swept like this just by the hamstring curl, and you end up in our regular mounted armbar that we kind of like know most of the time. Okay, so that's if the guy doesn't stack. Okay, so we're just gonna see this happening live now. Before, so in the last little fights that we had, they both kind of stacked, but they didn't stack correctly. So this first little clip here, she steps up on both legs, okay? And she's just quite in the center, you see? So Marianne's able to go anywhere she pleases. She didn't even have to spin under her. And she gets off balanced. Watch this. Exactly when she drops onto that knee. Watch this leg here. She's fine all across this stage. As soon as she drops onto this knee, boom, she gets swept and she falls down, okay? That's the same thing over here. I'm on both of my knees here, so any pressure that he puts down, I fall onto my side. Okay. In the second fight, skip forward there. This one's kind of a swinging entry. The guy just steps up on both legs. All his weight is onto his left over here, so there's no balance here. So he just kind of falls face planted onto the mat. Okay, but that's two bad examples on how to stack. Okay, but here we go. This is this part here. I want to talk about the leg work from the armbar. Okay, so let's watch first and then we'll talk. Here we go. So this is your essential like pivot point that we teach during the armbar. We put the foot on the hip and then we kind of bite the neck. Okay, I can't stress how important this highlighted leg is, okay, for the armbar setup. Now, ideally, she's not, this is a good setup, right? But ideally, now, what you want to do, let me just remember here, here we go. This leg here wants to be glued to her shoulder. Okay, there's a little bit of gap here, which lets your partner on top rip the arm out fairly easily if she knew. Okay, now like I said, these are like white belt, blue belt comps, so if you can perfect your armbar onto the white, blue belt stage, you'll be able to finish fights really easily, because even if the partner on top makes mistakes, they're not aware of them quite yet because they're early on, so you'll be able to hit armbars fairly easily. Okay, but make sure this leg here is glued onto that side there. Okay, but even then, that's the bridging leg, that's the power leg over here. Your legs are really powerful when it comes to controlling arm bars. And if we keep playing, this is the elbow setup. Okay, she's got the elbow grip there and the head control. Spins under and finishes the armbar there. Okay, now if she didn't use the foot on the hip to move herself, she'll be in the middle. She wouldn't be able to pass that leg over, and it would have been a nightmare to finish the armbar. Okay. Now, so here we go. This is the spin under that she did. Now, this is the proper stacking method. Okay, so if you guys watch this. There we go. So the first little stage isn't actually to step up, but it's to rock your partner up so that his legs is over his head. Okay, this is really important, this little stage here. So that knee's dropped onto the mat, his knees are directly over his head. Okay, and my other leg there, you can't see it, but it's based up. Okay, that's your ultimate technique on how to avoid the armbar. Okay, I haven't talked about protecting your arm, but of course you want to rear naked choke your arm that's getting attacked, okay, to avoid the initial submission. But this is how you should always be stacking. Okay, don't do what most people do over here, where they just step up out of panic. Okay, in both cases, again, the lady's setting up the armbar, she just goes on both legs. Okay, that's not the proper way of stacking someone up. Okay, she did the best over here, this lady here. Kirsten's already stacked, but she steps up on the wrong leg there. So she off balances herself here. This is the knee that should be down. She's fine here. Soon as she bases up on this leg, she gets off balanced. So proper stacking method there, leg over the head. Okay, everyone understand that? Any questions about any of this? You can write down in the comments. I'll recap it real quick if anyone needs a point. We good? Cool. Now is the spin under technique. Okay, so watch carefully what Steve does. Okay, so here we go. There's an arm there that you can't see. Okay, this arm is perfect. This is the attacking arm. Okay, the other arm is underhooking the leg over there. Okay, which you guys can't see right now. But what he's gonna do, he's gonna spin underneath, and that's what we call a belly down transfer. Okay, again, he's getting stacked to avoid the finish, to avoid getting finished. Okay, and then his partner stacks him. Okay, now this is the ultimate counter to the stack. Okay, if you know how to spin underneath, you're able to finish this armbar. If you don't know, you'll be stacked there forever, and the guy will probably escape or rip his arm out, or you have a bad neck. Okay, and again, if he doesn't stack, he'll just fall onto his side. Okay, like this. So let's see the examples here that we have for the spin under. Here we have Kiwi again. Like I said, so Kirsten, she's been training for like about 1.5 years now, properly. And these are like competitions after she started, like in 6 months or so. But all I taught her was arm bars from close guard. And she has like over 15 armbar finishes from the close guard. And back then she had no open guard whatsoever. Like, people would open her guard, that's it, that's the end of the fight. But if you go into a close guard at a white belt level, she was able to armbar pretty much anyone in her divisions. Okay, that's what I mean, because it takes such discipline and hard work to be on top of someone's close guard. Everyone's been there. We know how annoying it is to be in someone's close guard. And mistakes are way easier to make when you're in top of close guard than it is when you're bottom. Bottom, you're quite safe. Everything is easy. But here we go. The foot on the hip there again, and the bite of the neck. Now, standing up, okay, is another very common thing that people do to try to rip the arm out, which is not a very good strategy in most cases. Okay, unless you're very strong or whatever. Okay, but this is what happens here. She stands up, falls over. Now this is interesting. Often when we think of belly down, we turn in this direction here, which is the wrong way to turn. Okay, it's a very funny angled armbar from there. Okay, so she correctly turns to face the feet, and this is where you get the tap. Okay, we see this happen a lot in jiu-jitsu. This is a awkward version of that belly down. Okay, she spins halfway here, doesn't end up in the right place, but then she turns. Ideally, she would be spinning underneath like Steve did here, like this. Regardless if you're standing or not, this is the move to do. Okay, now the reason is, right, when she was in this stage here, the lady here could have jumped over her and she could have been fine. But again, these are early levels, she doesn't know. And I think we have one more example here. Again, watch the foot and the hip. It all starts from that foot and the hip there. Okay, she's able to shift herself again, change the angle, and set up the armbar. Now this is a proper spin under, like Steve did. You see that? The lady is stacking perfectly here, so you see she dropped onto that knee, and that leg is up. Boom, right angle just below her back, knee down. She's been drilling her armbar counters. Okay, but she doesn't know about the spin under. Guess the spin underneath. and she gets the tap somewhere around here. Okay. Now, knowing this, as the person defending, right? The spin on the counter, which I couldn't find, unfortunately, no one did it to Marianne or Kirstine, is simply as the person is spinning underneath to shut down the space. So she has to drop back down to her knee when she feels the person spinning underneath. Unfortunately, I don't have any tape of that, so you have to imagine it, or I'll film it for next lesson, and then I'll clip it in after. Okay, but going back to the stuff over here, we saw the 2-on-1 armbar setup. That was Marianne's version. Boom, that 2-on-1 grip there. We looked at the elbow control setup, which was Lewis's version over here. Elbow to elbow, and Kirstine's as well. That was both elbow to elbow there. Can't see it because of the potato quality, but she's got her elbow control there. So those are 2 setups, and then the belly down transfer, which is the most common thing. Okay, people were stacking like this, and just as a reminder, this is how to proper stack, and they should be pulling their arm out as soon as they can, or chainsawing their arm out. But again, okay, if you guys are stacking, watch this in slow motion. Let me just pause it. Steve has rear naked choke his arm, okay? The one that's getting attacked, because he knows an armbar's coming, okay? Anytime someone has elbow to elbow on you, you rear naked choke your arm, okay? And this arm here is waiting for that leg to come over the head, okay? Boom, catches the hamstring over there, okay? He's got his arm protected here. So he's completely fine at this point. Okay, there's nothing I can do on the person in the bottom. He stacks properly now, knee right next to the head, other leg up, and he starts pulling his arm out. Okay, and the closer that leg is, the harder it is for me to spin underneath. And then he can get the pass or whatever. Okay, so again, if they don't stack, they're just gonna fall sideways. Okay, and then in the video we saw that this lady didn't really stack properly. So that's the wrong way of stacking. She off balances herself, falls. This guy leans away over the head, so he gets trapped. And this lady here, I believe she stacks properly at the first stage, then she bases up on that leg, so she gets off balanced. And same thing happens to this lady here. She just stands up, so that's an invitation for armbar there. The last lady, she had the best stack here. That was a proper stack there. Leaned a little bit too much over, so she gets off balanced as well. So I'm gonna sound like a dick now, but none of these armbars are actually perfect. Okay, so all of these armbars have little mistakes on them. Okay, but to get my point across, even if Marianne and Kirstine didn't have the perfect armbar, okay, and by perfect armbar we see the huge gap there from here to there, okay, so there's no shoulder control there. From the 2-on-1, the leg bites, the foot doesn't go in the hip properly either, okay, and there's no pinching of the leg, so she gets stacked right away. She shouldn't be stacked, okay, if you're setting up this armbar. And for Louis' armbar, he just swings the legs over really wildly, you see? Huge space there, the guy could have done lots of escapes on him. But you can see, even with lots of these mistakes, we can still pull off an armbar because the person on top is just unaware of all these things. And at an early level, this is gonna happen all the time. It's like the most common, like probably the highest submission rate in white belt to blue belt, I'd say, would happen. So I'd always suggest from white to blue belt, focus on your close guard, focus on your armbar setups. That's the easiest way to win fights in comps. Okay, so that's the end of this little slice. And if you want to really get good at close guard, I can't show these YouTube clips, but I'll link them down. Watch the stuff if you can. I don't know how to put the link in here. Hold on. Oh, it's too much. Right. I'll put half a link each. We know Roger Gracie already as one of the best close guards, especially cross collar choke and armbar setups. He's the old school version of the close guard. Hudson Matils, right? He's the new school version of close guard. He's got like amazing sweeps, like crazy arm bars as well. He's probably the best close guard guy at the moment to watch out for. Kron Gracie, more of the MMA stuff, and Nogi stuff is quite good as well. So watch those if you can at some point. They're really nice study material. Okay, so that's the close guard lesson, right? So here's the schedule that I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna pick a topic like this every few weeks. Okay, if you guys got clips from comps, send it to me. Let me put an email down here at this email, or link me stuff, and we'll do a breakdown. Okay, so now we're gonna go to our fight breakdown. So that was just clips of like the armbar things I was talking about, right? So we have a few matches there that people sent to me. We'll take a look at, let's see, that's the lesson plan. Here it is. This is the one I want to look at because there's lots of armbars and scenarios there. I think it's this one that she finishes with an armbar. Hold on. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so this is the fight breakdown part of the video. Thank you. You guys like my screensaver? So we did the armbar lesson. Okay, that's done with. If you guys want the PowerPoint link, just ask me after and I'll send it to you. This is the fight breakdown stuff. Every week we'll be looking at probably just one, maybe two, if we have enough time, of matches. And we look at common mistakes, common things that happen, okay? But here we have Ginger again. There's a Nogi comp now. Does a little bit of hand fighting. Hand fighting is a complete, like, different lesson. Oh crap, this is really quick. Girl jumps guard on you. Okay, now this is kind of awkward because I'm pretty sure Ginger's never been in the stage before someone jumped guard on her. But she remained postured, which is very good, okay? You don't want to fall down, okay, into your close guard onto your knees. And the main reason is because you end up in a broken posture straight away. Okay, so staying standing with your knees supporting here is fantastic. Okay, because she can hold on forever there. Okay, and then these hands are gonna start pushing the hips to create some space and to make the guy fall off. Girl decides to jump off. Now in her shoes, right, this isn't a bad scenario. As the lady, if we go back, there's lots of takedowns that you can do if you uncross your feet and hook the leg over here. Okay, she could go for like outside trips most of the time. She just decides to jump off for no reason and disengages, but that was an opportunity for her. Go back to wrestling part. Nothing much going on at this point. She finally pulls guard with a wrist control. Nice little knee cut attempt from her, and she gets put into the close guard. Now before the match is finished, let's see, there's a knee cut position there. Okay, now the knee shield here, boom, is keeping her from getting past. Okay, plus this leg here. Now I believe this is you're allowed heel hooks on this or not, I can't remember, but this is a nice entry for the lady on top here. Okay, this foot is really exposed. She could drop down to one leg X, drop down for heel hooks. Lots of little entries there. I'm not sure what the point system is at this point. Okay, but just be careful, especially Nogi. Nogi, this is fantastic because we stop the pass and we can go into De La Rivas and lots of little sequences from here, because the person on top doesn't want to give up points in most cases. Okay, so just be careful of that foot being wedged there. Okay, but the lady doesn't know. She tries to persist with the pass, drops onto that knee or gets off balance there. She has to base, almost like a little scissor sweep attempt here. It is a scissor sweep attempt. She has to base, so we get back to close guards. And she does the same thing again stacking over the top. Not a good idea, very off balance. The posture is low. Any sort of moving towards that direction will off balance her. There's the elbow control clip that we talked about. Foot goes on the hip, little pivot, and that's straight into a belly down transfer. She hasn't got the arm fully extended now, the girl's figured 4. But the lady here does a little mistake where she tries to jump over. Or Marianne rolls her over ideally. And she gets the tap there. Okay. But yeah, everything started from that little close guard scenario there where she just keeps stacking Marianne. And we saw that in the other clip as well. There. Little wedge up the hips. And boom. Nice little finish. To answer the rules, Chris just told me, yes, blue belts doesn't allow heel hooks. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So that was safe then. She didn't have to worry about that. So she had a knee shield, that's fine. Cool. Alright, so yeah, remember to send your fights at the email if you can. We got loads of fights to break down throughout the coming weeks and that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's it for this bit of the lesson. Now is the Q&A session. If you got any questions, we're going to be looking at sparring time. Yes, sparring time. Porrada time. We're gonna have a little Reddit session now. I can't. It's annoying because I can't like post. Can't use YouTube clips because you get copyright striked. But I can use Reddit links, I believe. Or someone tell me that I can't. So let's see what's up on Reddit this week. We're gonna be looking at memes and questions, everything. Who's watching Tiger King? Go introduce Bye to it. When Shoiro drops geese, rash guard, shorts, and shirt all at once. Yeah. This series has to be one of the strangest series I've ever seen in my goddamn life. We should open a jiu-jitsu gym around there. Imagine the type of people that would come to train. Solo drills, don't be this guy, guys, okay? Marianne is the Tiger King expert, that is correct. You got this guy here holding nothing. Oh, whoops. Here we go. I lost the Tiger King meme. I'm still getting the hang of this. I need to know how to change the screen quickly. Who is doing that solo drills? Let me see if there's anyone in the Zoom chat still. Yes, that's fine. You guys can join the Zoom now if you guys want to chat. How do we? I'll try to find out. I will unmute everyone there. And you guys can ask questions. Share links. Do whatever you want. Let me see if I can hear Vav. How do I unmute you, Flavia? I can't hear anything. Don't worry, guys. In like 2 weeks, I'll be a pro at this. I think you're muted, Flavia.
Oh, yes, I am.
Ooh, here we go, guys. Flavia's in the house now. Our guest appearance. Can everyone hear Flavia? I don't know how this works.
I think that everyone has to unmute, has to go on Zoom and has to unmute.
Oh, but can they hear you on the stream? On the YouTube stream?
Can you hear me, guys?
Oh, they can. Yeah, that's what I wanted. How you been, Flavia? What have you been doing? If you guys don't know, have you been doing live stuff, Flavia?
Pardon?
Have you been doing live workouts and stuff?
No, no live. I've been working on like trying to survive, trying to make videos for my clients.
Okay.
And actually, this is my very first time doing a class.
That's good.
Like, yeah.
If you guys need PTs at home, get Flavia. She's incredible. I forgot to mention as well, if you guys go on YouTube, go for our page. I don't know if people have been. We've got lots of little workouts there. So we have Bjj Training with Dummy, which is hosted by Caesar. If you haven't already, remember to subscribe. Click the bottom here. We got quick competition tips. Home workout from Pavel. He's pretty much putting one out every week. Or every like day or so. And we got BJJ solo drills. Ian's posting these as well. So make sure to head over there as well. Flavia, have you seen Tiger King?
No, I haven't actually. I was wondering what it.
You should watch it. It's crazy. It's on Netflix.
I haven't seen it. I haven't watched it. Have you been?
I'm good. Very bored. I don't have a training partner. Christine's at work. All I have is Chubby. Isn't it Chubby? Come here. Come say hi to the stream. And I can't drill her. She hates jiu-jitsu. Sit here. What do you think about this meme? What type of person are you? The solo driller, the lifting weights, the free instruction, body movement. Well, everyone here is Zoom classes with coach.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't about to say. But I've been watching the instructionals as well. I've been trying to watch that ahead, but yeah, man, it's like...
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, don't do it when you are lying on your bed because you're going to fall asleep straight away.
I know. It's a nightmare. Marianne says she's the guy not in the picture because of food. Okay, go, man.
It's weird that like no one can join the Zoom chat. I think everyone goes on the Zoom chat. They should be able to talk, everyone.
Yes, you guys can join in if you want. I think they were, but then I put the link of YouTube and I just got rid of it. And my camera's upside down. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's upside. I've been adding people, like, let's see.
Have you seen these masks? They're not for sale, are they?
Yeah.
It's not sexual.
Oh my gosh, I have to learn how to use this, you know? Let me get participants. You see here on Zoom, I have just 4. Like, just Elisa and Marianne. But I don't know how, wait, oops. Invite. No.
I think they're already in the chat.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Maybe I think they're just muted. They muted themselves. Top 5 instructionals. That's a hard one. I'd say my favorite one would be probably Gordon Ryan's passing DVD. I can't name 5.
Well, I suppose you watched all the Danaher's one, right?
No, I kind of edited it, so I'd only see the clips of him doing the move. So I haven't watched them. But Danaher one, I think the heel hook one. That's the only one I've properly watched, I think. People are saying Lachlan is very good. Oh, I have watched Musumesi's Power Switch Guard Retention. That's a very good DVD. Especially for beginners. If you want to get into guard and playing open guard in the gi, use this one. Your guard will go like get 10 times better. What else we got? We got Demon Slayer. Look at that bow and arrow choke for all the weebs. We got coach demonstrating a new technique. Me zoned out. This is Flavia.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure if I can play this clip. What are they saying? I don't even know what this is. Have you seen the thing? If you guys are on Facebook, we have a group chat. I think Michael Reed put this cool link where you can race each other. That one's quite cool. Go in there and sign up. I think Connor is winning by like 28 miles or something. I don't know. Someone needs to beat his ass at running. I don't run, so I don't know. Okay, so I have actual useful stuff now. Guard pulling, meta for lightweight classes in Gi. Preferably only feedback. So guard pulling is the meta for lightweights. That is correct. You rarely see people doing takedowns at lightweight class, and the reason is it gets quite complicated, but it's to do with the advantage system, and also it's harder for people to pass your guard at lightweight than it is for you to sweep. So it'd rather be on the bottom than on top in most cases. And lighter people tend to play bottom game a lot more, so they're a lot more comfortable there. But that is true. And then you also have your advantage kind of like game, which unless you're really like deep into it, it basically works like this. You both guard pull, the person that gets up first gets an advantage, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's winning, because if the guy sweeps him, that's over. He gets 2 points. But if you're able to pull guard and attack the feet, then you get 1 advantage. And then if the guy gets up, he gets 1 advantage, so it's 0-0, and you're able to play bottom without losing any points. Very complicated. That is the meta for Jiu-Jitsu at the moment at the lower weight classes. Here we go. Free volume of Danaher solo drills.
Have you tried those?
The solo drills. Not these ones. Have you seen the chair drills? Those are the coolest. People are drilling with chairs. They can do bang bolos with chairs. This is the best one so far.
Brian walking down the street, you see that guy's wearing a snare shirt too.
You know, guys. You know. It's quite funny. I got in the tube in Seven Sisters, and there's like, I think there's like 4 people that do jiu-jitsu. One of them is from Fight Zone, some other guys from Gracie Bar, but I always see their bags, and I always want to say hello to them. Just go like, what's, just to see what's up. Let's see what else is here. Guys, that's probably lesson over, by the way. I'm just jamming now. So if you got like better stuff to do, you can go. If you wanna hang out, you can. If you wanna join the Zoom chat, you can. If you got questions, post them on the chat. Oh yes, the beef about Gordon Ryan and Keenan. That is crazy. I believe, what was it? Is Keenan telling them off, the Danaher people, telling them off to because they posted a picture of them training, isn't it? Yeah, it's a funny one. But you know Gordon Ryan, he's gonna always act like that, so it's not like news to me that he would get mad. He posted the video. I don't know if I could find it. I think I saw it somewhere. Of him trying to explain how Keenan was trying to plot how to, like, he was trying to DQ them from the ADCC because they had pink eye or something. And then Keenan, everyone in the comment section is on Keenan's side. Let me try to find it. It's quite interesting. I'm not gonna find it, am I? I saw it somewhere around there. Mikey and, yeah, Kayatera have broken up. I don't know, Kaio's kind of strange. Great instructor. Very coaty, I think.
What do you mean strange? Why? Which way?
I think like he tries to control all his students, like everything. Yeah. And like some of his students aren't really his students, I'd say. He just brings them in and he's nice to them, and then they're kind of like full lovey-lovey with him for about a year or two. But yeah, I think he was just trying to overtrain Mikey or teach him like too much stuff and try to control him too much, and Mikey didn't like that.
How long have you been training together for?
I don't know, they kind of like, every time he has the worlds, he goes over and trains with him to prep for the worlds. So I guess like it's like a distance sort of like relationship. But I don't know, man. He didn't talk about it. Kaio didn't talk about it either. Maybe he just wanted to move or open up a gym. I don't know. Did you guys see the De La Riva news? This thing? That was so sad. I went into one of his seminars as well in the UK. I don't know what he said. Is there any news on what he said? His response?
You mean about the Claudia Noval interview?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read it about yesterday. I was like, whoa, that's...
Oh, here's his response.
I didn't hear any... I mean, I didn't read any kind of interview about any response from him, so I don't know. But I was wondering, I mean, these are quite
He's saying it's a false accusation.
Yeah. Probably just say it's not true.
I don't know, man. I've met a lot of scumbag instructors. Very sad. How long will it take your BJJ skill to start rusting if you can't train? I don't know. I've had mixed I had success and not success sometimes when I take time off. My biggest time off was when I had knee surgery. But I was still coming in and being able to do drills and techniques and stuff. So I was quite fortunate to get better when I came back. I think that was like, when I came back was when I won the most tournaments and that kind of stuff. Because I just researched a lot more in jiu-jitsu and I got to like drill, and when not having the drilling aspect is so hard, so you have to just learn remotely, and it can be good, but I think you need to keep like a routine going on, and when you come back you'll have a schedule so that you get better faster than other people.
I think that,
what do you think, Flavia?
It's important to keep the mind over, like, you keep studying and keep refreshing and trying to be more thoughtful about your game and trying to look and study pretty much. And
yeah, I mean,
though physically you might feel really rusty when you come back, but mentally you should stay quite sharp. I think I had like a time where I was off for probably a few weeks, and I felt exactly that. Like there were times where I've been off completely, even like mentally, because I was studying, and when I got back physically I was shit, and the mindset was shit, so it was the worst. But then there were other times that because of injury I couldn't train, but I was trying to watch videos and stuff.
yeah.
And when I got back, it didn't feel that bad. So I think as long as you keep studying.
Yeah, I think if you're always around the sport, and
Yeah.
listening and learning, you're fine. I think the muscle memory definitely won't be there and you have to develop it. But I think that comes way quicker than everything else. But I think fitness is important, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like, in terms of physically, I think there's a 4 weeks, I think 4 weeks window where your aerobic fitness doesn't drop. No, actually 12 weeks. 12 weeks. I was reading yesterday about it. So like you don't have a significant drop in your aerobic conditioning if you've been training obviously quite a lot.
4 weeks?
Yeah, 12 weeks.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's not that bad.
What else you been doing, Flavia?
Well, I've been studying because basically I was studying like my what was the name? My soft tissue therapy course, right?
Yeah.
And I was meant to finish in May, but now everything is gonna be delayed because they stopped it. So I've been studying that, and I'm trying to learn about like how to use technology because I'm really bad.
Yeah, one of my friends is at uni, and she's like, they haven't been doing any remote classes or anything. So she's still paying for the university fees. They haven't frozen it or anything. But it's really annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, I got something for us to do. I had this Bjj quiz for you guys. See how much you know about jiu-jitsu. Right, you guys ready? Here we go. A triangle is a form of. Post in the comment section which one. Strangulation choke, blood choke, anaconda choke, or Darce choke? Flavia, which one?
Should I answer?
Yeah.
Strangulation. Blood choke sounds really bad.
Darce choke sounds really bad. Oh, Steven. I think it's a blood choke.
I don't think.
I think strangulation is different, yeah. Alright. 1 point for me and Nan. When you chicken wing your opponent's arm and provide the torque on his or her shoulder with your arms, what is that move called? That's an easy one, come on. What's up? No answers? Omoplata? This is a hard one because they don't specify if you what limb you're using to do this. So it could be an omoplata or kimura. Americana, Marianne, get out. That's one stripe gone. Which one are we going for, kimura or omoplata?
I would say kimura.
We're gonna go for kimura. Correct. Nice. Alright. What are the 3 pillars of jiu-jitsu? Triangle, knee bar, kimura. Armbar, Americana, omoplata. Armbar, triangle, omoplata. Or omoplata, gogoplata, monoplata. It's an easy one. It's like the warm-up people do the most. Yeah, that's right. Which position can you not get a knee bar from? Half guard top, half guard bottom, bottom of mount, bottom of guard. That's a silly one. Half guard I believe if you're like making this extra, you could actually set up a knee bar from every single position, huh? But I think they mean bottom of mount. I don't like this question. What is not a shoulder lock? Armbar, Americana, Kimura, or omoplata? Going with armbar. Nice. We're nailing this, guys. Guillotine is a blood choke. True or false? Ooh, that's a hard one.
Should be false.
If triangle is a blood choke, then the guillotine is not. Let's actually look up what's the difference.
I was about to say, what the hell?
Between blood choke and strangle. Here we go. Once blacked out, your body still functions and breathes. The actual difference between a choke and strangulation simple. A choke is attacking the wind breathing, while a strangle is attacking the blow. That doesn't clear it up. I'm pretty sure it's like the windpipe of some sort. Yeah. So yeah, well, strangle is blood flow to the brain.
But well, I suppose that when you do the triangle, you're cutting out the oxygen from their arteries because you press on them. So probably that's why they call it blood choke.
Yeah, at the guillotine, you're like crushing the throat sometimes.
Yeah.
So a rear naked choke is a blood choke then. By that means true. What?
No, wait.
We had it wrong, guys.
No, yeah, it's like
Wait, what did I put? Apparently, rear naked choke is a. What did they ask? I didn't read the question. Guillotine is a blood choke. Oh, that was the same question. I messed up. Okay, next question. I find with guillotines you have time when you pass out. Blood chokes are very quick. Oh, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah. I think Steven wins. A knee bar puts torque on your ankle. True or false? False. A heel hook puts torque on your knees. That's true. We've all been there. A go-go platter is a choke. These choke blood questions are so hard. Okay. So, if we follow Steven's method, if blood chokes are very quick, go-go platter is not a choke then? No, it is. It's not a blood choke. Yeah. So it's just a choke.
Igor, I have to go now.
No worries. It's nice having you.
Thank you so much for the class. That was amazing.
Oh, no problem.
Do you have another class on Friday?
Yes, we're here on Tuesdays and Fridays, same time.
Okay.
Cool. Bye bye.
See you on Friday.
See you Friday.
Ciao, everyone. Bye bye.
Alright, let's see what we have. Who else wants to join the chat? Where's Steven? Join in. Or Ginger, where are you? We're almost done. Omoplata is a choke. That is false. Butterfly is a form of full mount, bottom guard, half guard. What is bottom guard? 83 out of 100 on MMA Jiu-Jitsu. I thought I was gonna get 100 out of 100. Don't you know how to join Zoom? Didn't Caesar send like a link or something? Wait, I'm gonna end this Zoom chat thing. End meeting or leave meeting, which one is it? I think it's end meeting. I've closed out the Zoom meeting stuff. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna end it there for the stream. No one wants to join the Zoom chat. And I think the video is gonna be so long. No worries at all. Tune in on Friday, where hopefully people send me some stuff and we'll be able to look at some fights. See you guys, miss you all. Thank you all for the Grand Union support.